Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and Disney Month continues today with me looking at Pentatonix's cover of Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King. This was a film that was a seminal part of my childhood, and I think many other people as well. I was born in '85, and so this came out in '94 when I was 9. Actually, I wasn't even 9 yet. I think it was earlier in the year, so I was 8. And I absolutely loved this movie. I mentioned in my Jungle Book video last week, I was a huge fan of the Disney animal movies. So this, Jungle Book, a lot of The Little Mermaid, actually. My goodness, my brain's not working. The Aristocats, all that sort of thing. They were always my favourite movies, and this really struck a chord with me when it came out. I think for a long time after that, once I was sort of older, 14, 15, I feel like because it was such a popular song, this was overplayed a little in the UK, and I kind of got tired of it, and then grew back into it again later, because it's a brilliant piece of writing. Written by Elton John, lyrics by Tim Rice. I mean, what a power duo that is, right there. It was originally performed in the movie by Crystal Edwards. Funny story, I read that apparently it was originally supposed to be entirely by Timon and Pumbaa, which, while I'm sure it would have been highly entertaining, would have given the entire thing an extremely different feel. So they now just have their little bookends, and Crystal solos it with Simba and Nala, putting in little bits and pieces here and there. But it is a fabulous song. It won the Oscar for Best Original Song. It also got Elton John a Grammy Award for male pop vocal performance. I had a look at the charts. It got to number 14 in the UK, which I thought it would have been higher, actually. It got to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it was number 1 in both Canada and France. So it did extremely well for itself. And now we get to see what Pentatonix does with it. So I'm very excited for that. Before we begin, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're here for the first time. I'm going to watch this video straight through, no pause, no interruption, just talking about, emoting rather, and I might talk a little over the top as well. And then I will go back, watch it all again, but try and break it down and analyze what I see as I go. So that will be where the pauses and the interruptions happen. And please do like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when my videos are coming out. If all is going to plan by this point, twice a week for Disney, but usually 5 PM EST on a Friday. Going to change it here and there, but that's sort of my regular release time. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else. Sorry, a momentary pause there just to grab some water and coffee. And without any further delay, let us jump into Pentatonix singing Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wave can be turned away. An enchanted moment.
Oh, this is just beautiful. I love the visuals.
It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you.
Let me check quality.
And can you feel
HD,
the
please.
love tonight? It is where we are.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
For this wonder that we've got this far.
Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. I love that we haven't really had any beatboxing yet either. Yeah. Beautiful entry. Oh, gorgeous. Woo! Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, all the key changes. Woohoo! Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh. They're so good at these tight harmonies. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm right on the verge of tearing up a little there. Wow, that is stunning.
To the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wave can be turned away, an enchanted moment, and it sees me through.
Oh, bravo! That is really stunning. What a absolutely stellar arrangement that was. I think that's a song. They're too good to do this, but it's a song that it's extremely easy to make sound a bit trite, and they stayed so clear of that being a problem. Oh, and it's you know what's really really nice too. It's nice. This is the first time I've run across. I'm what 3-4 Pentatonix videos in. It's the first time I've got to really hear Kirsten do her thing. Obviously, she's been in the other videos I've done, but hasn't had, this is the first time I've seen her kind of have a bit more upfront and center, and that's lovely. She's got such a gorgeous voice. They all do, but she's the one I haven't really had the chance to gush about quite as much yet. But yeah, just beautiful. I love everything about that arrangement. That is stunning. I am so impressed with what they've done with it. It's also beautiful visually. Like, I hope not too many people are clicking on the audio version first. This should be seen. And yeah, I absolutely love that. Let's have a look at the details quickly. I know it's the one thing, yeah. It's the one thing I would say, Pentatonix videos, they're not quite as good at putting details like arrangements down and stuff. I feel bad. Somebody mentioned in a comment, I think, who does a lot of their arrangements, and I forget who it was now. So please do let me know. I'm still sort of I'm comparatively new to Pentatonix compared to Voice Play and Home Free, so I'm still learning my way around a little bit. But yeah, that was brilliant. Let's go back and break this down and look at this, because wow, there's a lot going on here. My goodness. Somebody said to me, actually, in one of my comments, I commented on the simplicity of a Pentatonix. I think it was the coffee in bed. the simplicity of the title card, just being the name and then in slightly smaller font the title of the song. And they said that's a regular thing, so I'm seeing it again here. I won't spend time on it, but it's just I like that they let themselves do the bits. You know, sometimes it's really nice to have a fancy title card, and sometimes you want to have something that's simple, and their choice is to do simple, and it works for them. It's great. I love that straight away, the second this video begins, one, you have this lovely note coming in. I assume that's Matt. But I love that we immediately get these very striking visuals. You've got this beautiful set that's been put together. You know, you've got all these grasses, you've got the couple of trees there, and then this stunning sun behind them that gives you this wonderful kind of, you know, African sunset vibe. And the colour palette of the costuming in this is brilliant. You've got browns, reds, yellows, some black. And I love this sharp strike of blue coming from Mitch here. Now I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, is there representation of characters here? Because that blue is very Zazu. And now I'm wondering, is there a little bit of kind of like Disney bounding going on here? I don't know if I'm sharp enough to pick up on it properly, but it's just that the blue gives me that smack of Zazu colouring. I don't know. Maybe that's what they're going for, or maybe they were just going for the colour schemes that are in the film. I'd be curious to know. Let me know if they are actually kind of Disney bounding. I don't want to spend too long sitting here trying to identify characters. I could probably guess at it, but anyway, we'll move on with the video. But yeah, what a striking start. It is so potent, just that visual straight off the top.
There's a calm surrender to the rush of day when the heat.
That's so nice that you just have Matt, then Scott comes in, and then everyone else comes in on the note change, the chord change as we move into the next phrase of the song. And I love so much that we just have this slow camera push in on Scott as this whole section runs by. This is such smart cinematography.
To the rush of day when the heat of a rolling wave can be turned away.
Oh, and that increase. So we start off with Matt just beginning on the and then we go through that. The chorus comes in on the ooh. I think Matt actually stays on an for a second and opens up in the middle of that. And then right towards the end of that, we get to the and it opens right. I don't know what the notes are, but it opens right out. And it's even two different textures of ooh. There's sort of the ooh. There's a shift there right before they open up into the that is beautiful.
Can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through.
Right back into the ums. This is beautiful singing from Matt here. Nice to hear him getting a second section as well. And I love that there's now punctuation with the ooh, and then it pulls back again. And there's this little bit of give and take now as we're slowly expanding the arrangement. This is really good writing.
And it sees me through, and it's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And
Oh, so good. This lovely build-up. We think it's going to slam home with the beginning of a chorus, but of course we're way too early in the song for it to do that. So we just pull right back, come into Scott's lovely, gentle line again here. They're earning their progression through this song immediately. Like they start right from the beginning. You know this drive is there and we're going to go somewhere, and then they're teasing the whole way through this. It's great.
And can you feel the
Oh.
love tonight?
Those bell chords in the background, they're so quiet. I didn't even pick up on them the first time around. They're just there. You hear the harmony build, but I'm concentrating now to actually hear the dum, 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 dum. And it's so gentle there. It's a very gentle onset. It's almost more a dum. It's like DTH. Dum. And it's very, very gentle, and it's just allowing these onsets that are very, very subtly percussive, but they don't distract in any way from anything else that's going on over the top.
Love tonight. It is where we are.
I love that we've got this, it is where we are. Like, Scott's allowing himself to do stuff, and just behind him, where we are. Like, just very, very simple chords, no motion in the chorus while he's allowed to flourish a little bit. That's perfect.
It is where we are.
Oh, that's so nice too. That's ending up on the fourth. That's a really nice motion to get to the fourth. Unexpected, different, very effective.
It's enough for this while.
And then for a second we get bell chords again, but we get them differently. Listen, just here.
It's enough.
Dum 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 dum. That's really, really nice because we're playing with what we had before but presenting it differently. It's a really good move. Also, sorry, I realised I'd left my phone on the desk while I was recording this, so there may have been a couple of buzzes through the microphone. I have now moved it. Hopefully that stops.
It's enough for this wild that
Ooh, nice motion from Matt there.
this wild that we've got this far.
I love the changes they're making to that we've got this far. Turning it into a that we've got this far. I think is what it does in the original. I must admit, where so, like for example last week or earlier this week, Bare Necessities I have listened to more recently. Haven't listened to Can We Feel the Love Tonight for a while, so I'm not 100% on where they're changing things, but that I know that note is different. I just can't quite remember what it does. But it's nice kind of turning it into a 2-5-1 in the melody, which is a nice place to have it in this song, rather than what it does in the original, and I forget precisely what that is.
That we've got this far.
I assume that's Mitch up top there. What clarity on that sound. It's just beautiful. And it's just that quick sail up at the beginning of the phrase, and it takes you somewhere different. It's so well done. Yeah, because Kirsty's singing the ooh, that comes through there, I think. Lovely key change. Kind of comes a little bit out of nowhere, but it's so well handled it doesn't matter. It's really effective. And I love that it just pushes us, everything upticks here. We get a different vocalist coming in with a little bit more energy. The chorus is pushing a little bit harder. Kevin starts beatboxing at this point. Just so nice that we've had him singing up to this stage. I meant to mention that sooner. Having him being a part of the chorus harmony. Still producing a little bit of percussion with the onset, the consonant onsets that he's had. But not really being percussion until now. That's great.
There's a time for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn.
Lovely mixing here, because the chorus is doing quite a lot. We've got the beatbox has been added, and they're singing quite a lot in the background, and yet Kirsten's constantly at the forefront. We know it's her singing. We can hear everything that she's singing so clearly. She's standing out just above everybody else. Really, really nice mixing there. folks who know better than I've been saying Kirsten a lot up to this point, and I'm seeing Kirsty a lot in the comments. Do we know her preference? I just want to make sure I'm addressing correctly. Yeah, even just something as simple as that. Whoa! Like, there's a lot of motion happening behind, and it's so... I'm trying to not use the word balanced again, but it is just so well balanced. It's really, really effective. And I love that you don't always get a lot of motion in the chorus, especially this early in the song. And it works really, really nicely for this. I talk about this a lot with voice play, with people like Earl and Ellie taking lines from each other, or Ellie and Janan. And it's the same here. The passover from Kirsty to Mitch is so smooth, especially not knowing the group super well yet. If I was just listening to audio, I might not catch it for the first few words. And I love that smooth handover where somebody just takes over a line and you don't even really know it's happened. Obviously, the camera focuses on Mitch, so we have a visual cue as to what's going on there for a second. And it lingers on him for a little bit longer than some of these cuts, and it's kind of like a nod, hey, pay attention to who is singing right now. But it's so smooth. It's beautifully in both of their registers. It sits really, really nicely, and it just gives them this lovely opportunity to, hand off and just have a really cool moment for Mitch to come in and now have a second for himself. Oh, so much to love in this. This is it's so good. I love it. Beautiful vibrato from Mitch there, just singing on that yours. I love this motion from the chorus going on in the background. I want to listen to that again because I was listening to Mitch there and just caught it at the end. That's nice. Or not quite there. There's just a little bit of motion there, and it builds as the chorus is leading up. The amount of motion they are putting into that section changes because you have whatever we're assuming a pace of about 1, 2, 3. So you've got eighth note, 16th. And then you go into 16th, da da da, and it pushes it forward. It's giving it this sense of increasing motion, like the engine is starting to pick up some steam, and it just pushes us into this next section. They're so good at this in these arrangements of just really kind of, you feel a swell not just in the volume and not just in the vocal sounds that they're making, but also in the motion that's been placed into the arrangement for them to sing. It's great. Oh, so nice, that suspension. Really, really long suspension. That's gorgeous. I love the little flourishes that are being put in the background. It's just, it's the amount of detail that's been put into this arrangement is so good. Even the timing of that, tonight, can you feel tonight, yeah, it just, the motion on that, tonight, it just pushes that forward a little bit so that it's clear of the downbeat for the next bar. It's just, they're playing with space so well by putting a little extra into some lines and then leaving the space at the beginning of the next one. It's really, really well done. Nice line there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There's so much in the backing of this. It is brilliant. Yeah, I can't get over how well this has been put together. Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So many good things in this. That sequence, whatever it is that they're singing there, that giving Kirsty that beautiful high moment to sit on, and then this lovely kind of like it's a kind of a bell chord, kind of not. This sort of constructing harmony that comes in underneath. Oh, that is just stunning. So well done. And still allowing that high note to go over the top, not distract in any way. It doesn't kind of get in the way of what's going on. It just sails. Ah. And I love also that Kevin stops beatboxing to join in on that. He actually gets the first note of it, I think, if the camera focus is to be believed. I love... That's a beautiful line right there. I love this choice to drop everyone back. There's a little bit of EQ going on here to compress the sound. A little bit of the top and the bottom have been taken off to give it this slightly reduced sound. Makes everybody sound a little bit further away. Gives us this sort of almost echoey effect before we push into our next section. This drop is so good. That whoa from Matt there, where he starts out full volume and it just kind of, he drops away as he goes into it, and it's our entry point into this lovely, lovely section here. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't, whoa. Oh. It's little touches like that. There's a band back in the UK, they're a female-fronted metal band called Tumera, T-O-M-E-R-A. And I took guitar lessons with their guitarist for a while, and I also had long discussions with him about arrangements. And the opening song, I think it was, or the second song, on their first album, had this beautiful kind of orchestral thing going on. And there was a moment where there was just a little piccolo run in the top of one of the arrangements. And I talked to him about it, and he specifically said it's those little embellishments that fill it out and make it sound so complete. And I feel like that's what we're getting here. We're getting little embellishments that take this already wonderful sounding chorus, but there's a little line that suddenly comes through, a little louder, a little more forward than the others, never blanketing the soloist. Soloist always has space to breathe, but it just emphasizes everything. It pushes everything a little bit to the fore by its own prominence and makes the whole sound fuller. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love how into it everyone is as well. Like, there's so much motion going on. They look like they're having so much fun. And it's just, there's this complete love of what they're doing in this song. The amount of soul in this that they are putting into their singing right now is astonishing. It's just brilliant. I love this section for so many different reasons. One, I love the rhythm in the harmony. Yeah, so you got the can. I can't get that high. Can you feel the love tonight? That straight rhythm there, which is not, we know the rhythm. Can you feel the love tonight? Like, love is a long note. And what they've done there, that the love tonight, it's such an effective rhythm for the harmony. Because it fits perfectly in the gap that love is held on for 3 notes. So Kirsty hits it on note 1, and then the love is notes 2 and 3 of hers, and then tonight comes in together. It's such a nice touch there. What I also love here is Kevin drops out almost. I think, is he doing the shh the whole way through? Yeah, it's almost the whole time through, I think, and then it just fades out. And what he does is he bookends it with the same fill. This dum dum dum. He does that, breaks off into this section, and then repeats that fill, and you almost get this sense of that's where it was always going. It just paused for a minute to let this declaration, partly of increasing proximity to the climax of the song. Also, it's the title of the song, so it's great to have it stand out. Also, it's the theme of the song. And so having that line blasted out, and then everything comes back in again, it's just, it's genius. And that tonight, that's a great riff. I love that. I love the passion we're getting from Kirsten here. I just realised I'm switching between both versions of her name. I'll settle based on what you folks tell me. But I just adore the passion that she's putting into this moment. Like, it's like she's just committed everything right now. It's brilliant. Also, stopping for a second while we're freeze framed on Kevin here. He's doing such a good job. I haven't spoken about him as much because I keep hearing harmonic things I want to talk about, but he is killing what he's doing in this. It's so fantastic. I love the sounds that they have chosen with the way that they've sort of got his voice mixed in with this. There's these very wide drum sounds here with there's a little bit of reverb going on. Then it's a very kind of boomy drum, which is so good for this era of music, B, this style of song, and C, the way that they've arranged it. I am so impressed with everybody in this. Nice touch there, that's a more typical key change compared to the one that we had earlier that kind of came a little bit more out of the blue. Or I say a more typical key change, that's not necessarily true. What we had earlier was very much the kind of key change you might expect from an a cappella group. It's maybe not quite so much the key change you would expect from classic Disney. Where we get, I feel like you're more inclined to get something like this, where a note is held on, shifts up the semitone in the middle of that held on chord, which is the sort of upbeat chord to the next section, and then we come back in the new key. So this is what I would say is a little bit more typically classical Disney. Lovely, absolutely lovely. I love this line Kevin's got. The line that Matt's got going on here. It's moving around quite a little bit before we settle on this next section. Bum 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 bum. I'm not even quite sure what consonant he's onsetting with there. No, I don't know what it is. Ding 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 ding. It might just be a ding, but a very gentle ding against closed teeth. It's really effective though, because we've got this. It's almost got a fretless bass feel to it at this point in time. You can get bass guitars that don't have frets on them, which are the sort of crossbars that run across the neck of a guitar. You can get a bass that doesn't have those, so it looks more like the neck of a double bass or a cello. And it has a little bit, they seem to have a little bit less of a percussive onset, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from him right now. I love to, just every second, it doesn't matter who you're looking at, you're just getting passion. Like Scott, you know, you can see what he's putting into this. I love they've got a lot of motion coming from everybody in this video. It's very active, which suits the song context well. Like, you know, it's not a, what we call in the industry, a park and bark, necessarily, where you just stand in front of a microphone and sing. You want to move to this, so they're doing that. It's great. I mean, what? I so did not see that coming when it came up in the video, when I was watching it through first time. Wow! He just... That's astonishing. I love it when you get something like that. It's such a wonderful moment for Mitch to show off, and the quality of his voice at that point is amazing. So impressed with that. It's almost a descant part that he's singing, where it's like he's above everybody else, he's not in the same rhythm as everybody else, he's just getting to show off a little bit over everything else. This is just stunning, and I love that now the percussion has just become claps. But there's obviously this huge reverb on the clap, because you can hear it sounds like it's 100 people clapping, not 4. Or 5. No, I was right. It was 4. I was going to say I thought somebody wasn't. I was thinking it was Mitch, but it's actually Kirsten. It is not clapping. But yeah, you can hear that sound. It sounds big. It's very kind of 80s almost. This is 95. We decided. What did we decide? 94. I think it was, because I was saying I was 8. Yeah. It's kind of late 80s, early 90s sound. It's very, very well done. Oh, wow. And again, through this whole section while this is going on, the only percussion is the claps. Kevin is singing with everybody else. And then we get to the end of this insane riff section that Mitch is doing, and everything comes back in again. And then, like it was nothing, he just finishes off, whoa, it's enough, and just comes back in on the melody. So good. I also love, that's a really nice tone on the whoa from Scott coming back into this. Everyone is working so hard. Like, you can hear everyone is playing their part the entire way through this. This is just brilliant arrangement. And I love that we've just come back in on this massive, like, crashing section. And literally, by the end of It's Enough to Make Kings and Vagabonds Believe the Very Best, we're back down to quiet again, and we're fading out now, because we've hit that huge peak, and now we're just drifting towards the end. It's great. Oh, that harmony. Also, just that that Kevin has fading away there over this ending. It is so well done. But yeah, oh my god, the crunchiness that we're now coming into. We've gone from these wide open, big choral harmonies almost, and now we're shrinking down into this tight a cappella, slightly crunchy chords that Pentatonix does so well. Matt's line there, my goodness. Listen to the dissonance he's throwing into these chords. The love. That note right there. It's just, it stands out a little bit at the bottom as being a little bit not what you want, not what you expect it to be, and it's so beautiful.
Can you feel the love tonight? Tonight, the peace, the evening.
Oh, that's so nice. Tonight, just from Scott, the piece, the just from Mitch, and then boom, out we come into everyone coming back in again. Beautiful. And I love we've got this evening bring. Like, each note is swelling a little bit. That's really effective too. Oh, and everyone's just getting their little bit. That line from that riff from Matt there is just oh. Oh, that ending! Oh, it's so pretty. I love the chord that they hold on there, on things before that resolution. Oh my goodness. Go back a tiny bit further, I just want to hear all this again.
In perfect harmony with all its living things.
Is that? I think that's Scott, isn't it, who does the things. That's so nice. And then that beautiful subdominant there, the fourth note from Matt. He sits there on the dominant down, and then the subdominant down there. It's beautiful. His tone down the bottom, it's very gentle, and it just sits underneath the music and supports it without any effort, seemingly, from him. It's just beautiful. So right there, he's hit the dominant, he's hit the fifth. You could expect it to be living things, but instead we get the living thing. Also, we get there's so much in this ending. The rhythmic change there too. Or you get half. I'm not sure who it is that's singing each. I think Scott is coming in later. He's the only one I caught there. But all this living thing. Like, there's two things. There's a things from most of the group, and then there's a things from Scott and maybe one more person. Ah, yeah. I think it's only. I think it's Mitch and Kirsten who come in on the first one, and then Kevin, Matt, and Scott who come in on the second one. And that's just so nice because they settle the tonic. Living thing. And then you get this thing. Like, you get this. They settle it for all of half a beat. And then you get an unfinished chord. You get this subdominant chord coming through. And it's such a great choice to do it that way, and then you get that lovely resolve onto the tonic at the end. Oh, hang on. I was assuming it was Scott singing the da 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 things, because he was just shaking his head there, and he tends to move his head quite a bit as he's emoting while he's singing. But I'm now wondering, is that Kevin? It might be Kevin. I'm not 100% sure. If someone knows, please tell me. I'm still learning the voices, so I don't pick them out quite as easy. It's also Pentatonix's sound is they blend together so tightly. Sometimes if you're not super familiar with what's going on, it's actually difficult to like tease out which voice it is that's singing a particular part. Particularly also because you don't hear Kevin sing as much. I'm not sure if that's him or not, but yeah. He also makes a gentle motion there that makes me think it might be him. That is beautiful. There is, I do have my, I can't listen to this song too much because of what I was saying before. It's been overplayed in the past in the UK, and I find it can get a little bit kind of like, oh, here we go again. Not with that arrangement, it can't. Wow, that was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Serious kudos to whoever arranged that. Again, I hope someone can inform me on that. And what a performance. That's just beautiful. That has, I think for me, has just overtaken the original. And I don't say that lightly. Especially not when it comes to Sir Elton John, who, his writing is so good that anyone who performs any of his work, whether it's him or somebody else, and in this case it was Crystal. Crystal's singing is beautiful on the original. Elton singing it, Sir Elton, is also beautiful. But this is something else, and the arrangement they've done is just so good. Well done indeed, Pentatonix, for a fantastic performance. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope if you're still here, you've managed to gain some insight or some, just enjoyed my commentary as we've gone along. Please do like the video if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all the usual things. And if you would care to, please do head over to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and donate to support the channel. It certainly goes some way towards making me able to do this at this stage, at the level I'm doing it at. So I really do appreciate it. Lots more Disney to come. I'm still recording way in advance here, because I'm trying to get all this content out for Disney month, and I do have some busy times coming up. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're halfway through at this point. So thoroughly enjoying what I'm doing here. I've loved. It's so good delving into what people do with Disney music, because it's so interesting, and I love hearing arrangements of it. So I'm really enjoying myself. More to come. So looking forward to whatever comes next. I know what songs I think I've got on my short list. I just need to tackle getting them in order. Because there's just trying to figure out my plan for the remainder of the month. I could do Disney year and still not be done with the amount of content that's out there that I'd love to cover. So bear with me while I do my best. If your favourite Disney arrangement is not in here, just because it's not Disney month doesn't mean I can't do a Disney song later on down the line. I am thinking at some point in time I might do a very quick video just showing the size of my list, however, and you'll understand why it's so difficult. Coming into all of these groups, maybe a decade after some of them are formed, it gets very, very challenging to try and catch everything, so I'm doing my best. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good night, morning, evening, sunset, whatever time it happens to be that you are watching this. I hope that you take care and have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.